Okay.
Just moving down. Sometimes things.
That's red, yeah.
That's blinking or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
So you got on the first side there.
All right. Hey Google, restart video. Hey Google, restart video.
Hey everyone, Scott Ennis, voice actor, Hollywood actor, movie star. Don't believe all that. I'm a legend in my own mind. Hey, you know me better as the voice of some of the most popular cartoon characters in the world. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, Scrappy-Dappy-Doo, Puppy Power, Lightning Shaggy-Doo. And you've got the Sullivan Project podcast. It's coming at you right now.
Hey Google, stop. Hey Google, turn your volume to 50%. Hey Google, what time is it?
It's 1:07 p.m.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Sullivan Project podcast. I'm your host there, Harold Sullivan. Just thank God I'm here with y'all again. I've been having some health issues the last few weeks. I usually record episodes like when I can, like 4 or 5 sometimes. So I have ready to go because there's times where I'm just so drained, I just can't do anything. And then there's times where I'm just up, not sleeping, and boom, 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 doing. So I just do what I can. I haven't that throw up thing lately. I think I have an ear infection as well. So my ears are ringing, popping in and out. And then the last few weeks here, literally, I haven't been able to even call anybody. And on Thanksgiving, I couldn't even call anybody. I felt so bad. I couldn't even talk to my Google because I wanted to throw up just speaking. Like when you get so sick that even talking or moving or the fan coming on was making me nauseous the last few days. And I actually have some energy today. So I'm going to try to record here. And when I go, my brother-in-law help me with the camera. Sometimes when I hit record, it seems like it's not taking it. I don't know why. And I've been through several cameras, and it's hard to find one that works for blind. In case y'all haven't tuned in before, I lost my sight a little over 2 years, about 2.5 years ago. And I was born with autoimmune disease. And I'm 44 now. And I've been close to death 30 sometimes, and I've known over 30 people who have died. And, we're all here. Like, why are we here? We're here to do something. So I'm still here, and that means I'm here to do something. You're still here. Make the most of every second. Like I said, love is a choice, and so is the hate. So I come on when I can. I just want to help people. If I say one thing that helps someone, God bless and all that into that. And I've been through so much. And can't get a hold of Greg, so I think I don't know, but couldn't tell him Thanksgiving. I tried to call him today. I got a hold of Chris. I couldn't get a hold of Dan, but his mom has cancer, sent some blessings out. And then Chris was having problems. He got a tooth pulled, but he seems to be okay. Danny, his wife, is in the hospital. They're going to have their second child soon, but she's high risk, so please send blessings out. We all got stuff. Everyone has a story. You can't judge a book by its cover. That's partly why I started this podcast. And so we're going to talk about different stuff today. Also, I want to mention Daniel Suarez, the race car driver 99, did a trailer recently. And I also have other cameos from celebrities. So check out Harold Sullivan 78 on YouTube, Harold Sullivan 78 on TikTok, Harold Sullivan period 35 Facebook. You can call the show 724-513-1472 or email hs19782015@outlook.com. But I sent him in a request for a cameo, which you have to pay for. But money is no object when you want to help people. So I don't have a lot, but I do what I can. I give away, but I don't have anything, but I give away what I got. So, but Yeah, he actually did a trailer for me. Go check it out. Daniel Suarez. And he actually, said, hey, I want to be on the show, on the podcast. And he wants me to get in contact with him. And he wants to know more about me and my story. Uh, he knows I'm blind and disabled, but he didn't say how to get in contact with him. So anybody listening, if you can help, he says Drew. Uh, oh my gosh, Drew Brown. Okay, is his PR, I guess. So somebody please get in contact with him and have him get in contact. Have Drew Brown or Daniel Suarez get a hold of me if you could, because he seems interested. But my sister, who helps me with the social media, uh, we tried to contact him through LinkedIn and it won't work. It says you have to pay, even though you're supposedly be able to message for free on there. So please reach out, anybody. Help us get in contact. I appreciate it. And hey Google, what time is it?
It's 1:12 p.m.
So let's get into some of this stuff here. We're going to talk about the Scream franchise, which I recently checked out the last two Scream movies. And then we got a few other things. I want to mention my Uncle Butch, who's come to me recently in a vision. When I was, when I have them things where I knock out. And it was like he was younger, kind of like my mom the last time that happened. And my mom's passed away, my Uncle Butch. Like I said, a lot of people have passed away that I don't know. But, yeah. And he was different because the Uncle Butch I knew, he was paralyzed on one side, had aneurysms. But in the vision, he was younger and he could talk and everything. And it was neat. Also, there was a vision I had of a man with a mustache. And that may have been my stepdad that died years ago, Roger, or Chris the bus driver that I mentioned recently, who I found out was very sick and ill. Because this person looked a little different. It might have been him, thinner, with a mustache, but they had like a tear in their eye. Like they didn't talk, but they were kind of upset. So that was another vision I had recently. These psychic things have been coming to me more so since I lost my sight. And so we got also dream hearing is another thing. Yes, I'm starting to. Well, I can kind of fall asleep, but I won't really be sleeping. I mean, I won't be seeing anything. I'll just be connected, almost like to the world, and I'll hear multiple conversations or just one, and I'll be talking to people on a mental level, and literally, it just happens out of nowhere or in the middle of the night. I'm sleeping, but not really sleeping. I'm having like these dream communications, like these dream hearings. Hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, Back to the Future Pennywise. Second, your soul is playing Dream Hearing Brasso Yoga Candy. Third, Screen Trailer Venom Chris Roger Bush.
Chris Roger Bush. Okay, trailers now. There's a new trailer for, I mentioned a few months back there was going to be a new Planet of the Apes. It's called Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Yeah. And then there's a new Ghostbusters trailer that's out. Frozen something. I don't know. Frozen. But, yeah, see, I was okay for Ghostbusters 3 finally coming out, but now it seems like they're just going to take it and go and water it down, and it's not going to be. The first two Ghostbusters, especially the first, were just magic. You just can't do that. Now there's going to be 4 all of a sudden. So, Planet of the Apes, though, I mean, they're all good. So, and this is going to be the 4th in the new installment. Your Soul's Path is a book I just got done with recently. There's another one called Journey of Souls. There's another which I recently listened to. I've done over 200 audiobooks in the last couple of years, and about 20 hours or so left in the audio Bible. The 9th time through, there's 87 hours through. So I'm almost in the Bible the 10th time now. Oh man, that was the first book I got, and just gave me somewhere to start. When I lost my sight after 14 doctors, and I was so depressed, and I didn't want to live anymore, And God was like, I said, hey, if this is it, this is what I was put through all this for this, then take me. And God, literally, I quit breathing 20 times that night because I also have sleep apnea, but I don't have a machine. I got tested that one time in my early 30s, and I couldn't wear a machine. It was too much. It hurt too much. So I just sleep when I can. But he shook me, and he was like, "Hey, you come now, or you're gonna be here to do something because you're here to do something. We all are." So I said, "Okay." And I've been happy, grateful ever since. Not that I wasn't already grateful, but I woke up, and I want to help people. We all are here to do light work. It doesn't matter where you're working at or what you're doing. It's to benefit others and each other, not just ourselves. It's not about me or you. We're all connected. So, but that book, yeah, is about that basically, about your souls and how you have choices and plan before you come here. Certain things we do, and things are not accidents, coincidences, or mistakes. So check out your soul's plan. Hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, Back to the Future Pennywise. Second, your soul is playing Dream Hearing Brasso Yoga Candy. Third, Screen Trailer Venom Chris Roger Bush.
Okay. Well, the candy, they got dispensary, got candy now in Pennsylvania, so they're little gummies. So I tried them recently. Had a few days it was a little too much because you got lost the dosage, and then sometimes they melt together. So they didn't say to put in the fridge or anything. They melt in a big glob, and then you don't know how much the original piece was because I'm blind. So I got a little messed up one day, but off a 50 milligram gummy. Yeah, because you can, if it all congeals together, how do you know which piece to pull off and how much it is? So we did a podcast on Best Boogeymen recently, Chris and I, the horror icons. We have over 100 years of movie horror knowledge. We didn't mention Pennywise and Best Boogeyman, so we got to put him in there. And then I did one by myself, Best Movie Trilogy Bracket. And I mentioned Back to the Future in there, but I don't know if I can put it in it. So, of course, you have to have that in there, and that might be the winner. There's over 20 something I had in the bracket to start off. Movie trilogies, just 3. So, we got to put that in there. Hey, Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, Back to the Future Pennywise.
Okay.
Second, your soul is playing Dream Hearing Brasso Yoga Candy.
Okay.
Third, Screen Trailer Venom Chris Roger Bush.
And this is how I take notes since I love my site. And I've been writing songs and stuff, and I do it with the Google or the A word. I got both. I did check out Venom Maximum Carnage, the movie, the Marvel movie, a couple of weeks ago or recently. Time doesn't have, like, there's no such thing as time for me. I haven't seen a clock in a couple of years, 2.5 years or more. So, yeah, I don't have a time thing. So, but it was very good. I had me cracking up. Tom Hardy. If y'all don't start off or don't remember, one of his first movies he started off in was he was Bane. So for him to go from that voice and that big to this little, he's still buff, but to be in this little guy, he's funny when he talks to. That's the funniest part of this when Venom and Eddie Brock talk to each other. But he's a funny guy, and it's going to be great if they ever get Tom Holland and Tom Hardy together. But they're working on that version, so but that movie's very good, and just like all the other Marvel or Avenger movies, they've done good with starting back with Iron Man and the first or the second Hulk, the one with Edward Norton. So I checked that movie out, and then what else here? I think we got the Scream. Hey Google, what did I want you to remember? I think we're getting the Scream now. Hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, Back to the Future Pennywise.
Back to the Future.
Second, your soul is playing Dream Hearing Brasso Yoga
Oh, okay.
Candy.
Hey Google, stop. Okay, now Brasso, the Penguins goalie, was going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, and I think it might have just happened a couple days ago, but it was going to be news whenever I took the note. And then I want to let people know that Jaromir Jagr is going to have his number put up 68, I believe, in the rafters in the beginning of next year, January or February. So this was just announced, and that's pretty cool because apparently Yager just kind of left and went away and didn't think the fans liked him or the fans or anything. And he doesn't have his number up, so there's going to be actually a ceremony. And some of the fans that got together went over there and talked to Yager. And that guy's still playing. He might have the most points out of anybody in history now, including all the leagues, even Gretzky. And Yager's like in his 50s now. So God bless him. I mean, he didn't win us a cup on his own, but he played, you know. So yeah, let me mention that. And then we're going to get into the Scream franchise. We got 6 Screams now. I forgot how many there were because they just started bringing them out. They brought 3 out, and it took a long time for a 4th. And then they did Scream 5, which is this Scream, it's called, and then the Scream 6. And what's up with that? You know, like Halloween and Candyman. They quit bringing out sequel numbers, and they just bring out like retitle it again, like a remake. And I don't know what happened to a subtitle. So now you have Scream 6.
New notification from Outlook. Credit Karma.
Right?
Turn on your credit alerts. Harold.
I don't do Credit Karma.
Free credit alerts can
That's my
help you
Credit
stay
Karma
on top of your finances.
Email, apparently.
Picture.
I think I checked that one time years ago,
Actions.
10 years ago,
1 of 1.
and they still send me email. Yeah. That's how my computer does. At least I got something to do. One thing does one thing does another, you know. Yeah, but like I said, I'm getting by, grace of God. Everything happens for a reason. We're here to do stuff, and I'm still doing it. So Scream, yeah. So let's see here. Let's talk about Scream 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so in 1 we got Nev Campbell. First of all, Wes Craven, the director, he only did the first one, and it was written by Williamsons. It might have been brothers. I'm not sure. The first Scream was going to be called Scary Movie originally. That's why I kept bringing up what's your favorite scary movie? Scary Movie. They changed the title, and then Scary Movie actually came out spoofing it. But Scream was Scary Movie was called. It was actually based on a true story. There was a California killer, and he was killing people, but he was like cutting their heads off and leaving just gruesome scenes like that would shock people, like almost like ways to find these bodies, like in movies, like in Friday the 13th. And so that's what gave them the idea of like TV and this and that. So and that's really the only parts that are based on true. The Ghostface Killer and stuff like that. No, it's not true. But so Wes Craven, I guess he liked the idea and took it and made it his own kind of. And he directed the first one and made it a classic. So you have Courtney Cox, of course. You have David Arquette. They got together were together for years after that. And then you have Sigourney Weaver. You have the guy that plays Cotton Weary, who ended up being all kinds of stuff. You have the killers in the beginning, and you have Matthew Lillard, and I'm not sure of the main character. Maybe Skeet Ulrich, if that's his name, but it sounds familiar. But it's an all-star cast, even through all of them. But later on, it becomes more of a parody. But after the first couple, those all-stars, they weren't really all-stars when they were in the movies. They were kind of not as well known. But then they just hit it, But and then later on, they started bringing in famous people, just putting them in, which kind of just took it away. But the first 3 were pretty good, and I think if they would have left it that way, and then it might have been better. And then they just kept bringing them out. And the spoiler, I think only maybe one of the original cast members is still alive after 6. So it's just like the last couple, they were just doing the movie, almost like they did with Hellraiser. They just were like, here's a movie that's called Hellraiser. Here's a movie that's called Scream. It's a guy, it doesn't have to be a guy. It could be a female, it could be anybody in a mask killing people. Usually there's 2 though, except for the third one there was only 1. But anyway, in the first movie, there's a killer going around in a white mask, basically like Michael Myers. And that was a real mask, Halloween mask. They took a generic mask and they got the rights to use it, but they didn't pay him, and there was some kind of a legal battle for the Scream face. I'm not even sure what it was called. I think it was just a ghost. Or it might have been called Ghostface and they ripped the name off. But I think they ended up changing the mask and just making a different mask later. So it actually did come out in a show too. There was 2 Scream TV shows. One remade the other one, which didn't make sense. And they were just like some copycats in the town killing people. So, and what else was there as far as Scream? There was no video game. I don't think. Nothing else like as far as that. But yeah, the first show, it's basically, uh, there's young teenagers, whatever, and they get killed by a killer. And he calls them on the phone now. What's your favorite scary movie? Ask them stuff. If they get the questions wrong, somebody's gonna die. So it's just that little game. I'm inside the house, or I'm right outside the window, or did I get in before you locked the alarm? It's that type of. But it's always that ringer, okay? It's just a regular cordless phone. And even now, people have ringtones. They don't have regular, they have music and personalized. So in the last few movies, I mean, I guess it's still scary. You have to have that regular cordless ringtone, but as far as time, it doesn't make sense because people don't just have regular ringtones anymore. And just like they had people in the Scream movies, like in 4, 5, and 6, I think, even using a voice changer so they would sound like the guy who was the killer. But yet before that, or the woman, they somehow changed their voice on their own. I don't know. Because it always sounded like the same killer, but it was different people. So anyway, in the first 2, spoiler alert, or the first one, it ends up being the girl's boyfriend and his buddy. And then they're both dying, pretty much. And then the second one, it ends up being the girl's boyfriend's mother, who comes back in town, who had left, and a student. Jamie Kennedy comes in, the comedian. So he's a cameo in the second one, but he actually gets done in the third, I believe. He's the horror movie guy that knows all about the rules to survive horror. And then in the third one, they find a videotape of him after he's killed. So it's kind of like they bring him back again, but he left behind the video. He left behind the video saying, hey, if I die, here's what you need to know for a trilogy. I think it was for a trilogy. For part 4, I can't remember. He comes back in 3 or 4. He died maybe in 3, and they bring him back on the video in 4. There's so many, like I said. In part 3, he's hiding out, but she comes back because they killed her. Starts killing people again, and it ends up it's her long-lost brother or something. Spoilers. But he's the only lone killer. But they never really
New
mentioned it.
notification from Outlook.
Oh, wow.
And again, a gift just for you in gratitude for trusting me. Picture. Placeholder image. Actions. 1 of 1. Window.
Who the heck is that? I gotta see what that is because that person, that's weird. Yeah, I'm gonna have to see because that name came up in the past on something of mine, a personal document, and I didn't know who it was. And now I just got an email from Anna. Personal. Wow, what is this? Stuff is crazy. But he never mentioned that this guy's her long-lost brother, Sydney, and he tries to bring her out of town because he's mad because she got the mother that he didn't, because the mother ran out on him. I don't know. And then the fourth one, spoilers, ends up it's Sydney's niece who's tired of her getting, the spotlight, even though it's a bad spotlight. And so her and her friend end up being the killer. And then the fifth one, Loomis has a daughter that nobody knows about, I guess, and the killer's after her. And in the sixth one, she's in there too, trying to fight back. So, and again, like I said, only one on the main cast, I believe, survives through all of them. And it gets a little confusing in part 5 and 6, because it doesn't follow the whole. I mean, it kind of follows a formula where you're trying to figure out who the killer is or who the killers are, but like the motivations have just gone crazy. This just really isn't anything anymore. Just people killing people. They want to make a better show, a better movie, or they want to outdo the last. That's just it's too much. But I mean, after 6 of them, you think about how many Elm Streets, how many Friday the 13th, how many Halloweens, how many Texas Chainsaw Murders, more So the story is pretty good as far as 6 movies in it. Right. The first 3, like I said, I mean, if you stop there, you end with a trilogy. They got the guy, and boom, there you go. But now, yeah, and they tried a TV show a couple times, and it's just not working. So, but you know, the first one was Wes Craven, and he, like I said, you get Courtney Cox, David Arquette. What was his name? That Courtney Cox, David Arquette, Nev Campbell, and then you have Matthew Lillard, and then you have, of course, you have Jamie Kennedy who's in there, and then you have, I think it was Keith Ulrich, and then I can't remember who the bad guy was that went to jail. He went to jail because Sidney blamed the guy caught Weary, and I can't remember what his name is, but he plays a mean guy usually, and it's right there on the edge of my tongue. But he was in the movie Goon 2, and he was in the movie Chuck, where he played the guy who they got the real life Stallone. Stallone stole his idea for Rocky from Chuck Webner, who Muhammad Ali gave a title shot to an unknown, you see. So that's where that whole thing came from. Go look it up. But I'm glad to come on here. Hopefully this thing recorded good and didn't shut off. And we'll be back soon if y'all want to be on the podcast. Or you have anything you want us to talk about? Do video or audio, I'll call you up, or do Facebook Messenger, or you can rate or leave messages on any of the social medias, TikTok, YouTube. Subscribe, I appreciate it. Same with Facebook, you can video call me on Messenger, or call the show, the Sullivan Project Podcast, 724-513-1472. Email us hs1978-2015 at outlook.com. Or like I said, Harold Sullivan 78 on YouTube and TikTok. Harold Sullivan, period 35 on Facebook. Hey Google, what time is it?
It's 1:33 p.m.
Alright, so we're gonna go here shortly. I haven't even had enough energy to even like listen to audiobooks or anything. It's been brand my head lately, so I got some more stuff. I'm listening to Lost Gospels, trying to find these books for y'all. The last few I got was 4 McAfees. McAfee's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we got a couple of Ezras missing. So I found those. Missing Gospel. Amen. Be the light. We're God. God are we. We are God. God are we. And all is one. These are Sullyisms I'll come up with. Remember, love is a choice, and so is to hate.